back. It is Oler the Great here with some more Conan Exiles content for you guys. So, little update. I've not posted much in the last 3 months. I did have an injury a while back, and that kind of set me back on a lot of stuff. Um, I'm back at work, but I'm spending a lot of time at work, so I don't have a whole lot of time to stream regularly. We're shooting forward now with 3.0 out, doing every Saturday, hopefully starting this week. This is going to be a shorter video tonight, shorter stream tonight. So yeah,
during the year,
we're gonna start out with a small Let's Play series. We're gonna start out in the Exiled Lands. Let's see. Please join Discord. Okay. Cool. I will take care of that later. But yeah, we're gonna start this out as a Let's Play. We're gonna play on Exiled Lands while we wait on Funcom to finish getting their shit together because sorcery is broken. And end of the video, I will try showing you guys that. If not this video, then next video. So, yeah, and I'll give necessary warnings when it comes to that portion. But yeah, we're going to start out here on Exile Lands. We do have our own private server, but we're not ready to take it public yet. So when we are ready to take that public, we will be jumping on or moving the stream over to that server. That other server is Isle of Sipta. But we just wanted to make sure that we started getting some content out to you guys. So we're going to start here on the Exiled Lands. We'll go over the Battle Pass, some of that other fun shenanigans when we get to that. But yeah, so we're going to start out here. Basically, the goal tonight is to find a location and build a small base.
Behold, bonded one, the very boundaries of civilization. Beyond the passage of our highways lie the wild places of the world, where untamed savages make endless war upon each other. You cannot pass into the endless wastes enslaved. Your bonding prevents it. Return. Follow the road. Any road. All roads lead to the city.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
I am beaten, left to rot among the ruins of the past. There are others here, slaves, bandits and cannibals, exiles from lands I've never heard of. Some of them try to scrape a life from the wasteland, scrabbling in the rocks and sand for their own place. I cannot go on. The life that I left behind haunts me. The sun over the glittering spires of Belvenus has forever denied me. The smell of my daughter's hair. I will pass the ghost fence, and this cursed land will finally end me. To whoever reads this note, I leave the last of my water, and this message. Stranger, you have my pity. You do not know how cursed you truly are.
Yeah. Don't know how cursed we are. Alright, so we are... There they are. Some bushes. So yeah, there's some pretty basic changes to the game. They added a battle pass. That's fairly common knowledge. We'll go over how that works. they added sorcery, which is a more major thing, but it's just kind of one of those things we'll figure out as we go. I mean, right now sorcery's kind of broken. I may not get to show you guys that tonight. That may be a Saturday thing. I did try to make my character look as much like Gandalf as
Curse this sandstorm.
the game
we were
lets
forced
us.
to take refuge before the wind scoured the skin from our faces. There is something in the storm. Beasts. We hear the skittering of their paws outside the ruins, and their howls mingled with the screaming winds. The men are scared. I've put them to work crafting rudimentary weapons and torches from the loose stones and rough plants that dot this place. I've yet to meet a beast that liked fire, or the bite of the axe.
Alright, so... right now we're just kind of following journey steps. That's the best way to level up early on. That list where it says journey up in the upper right hand corner. Just kind of follow those. Dun, dun, dun. Come on. There we go. Don't do this. There we go. Yeah, 3.0. The update itself was kind of buggy. As you can see. So for any of you that don't know, so the reason we made our character look like Gandalf is Olorin is Gandalf's Maiar name. I am a huge Tolkien fan. Read most of the books, have seen all of the movies. Not super crazy about Rings of Power, but I'm checking it out, see what it's all about. Right now, I'm just trying to get somewhere safe so I can set up my wheel properly. Man, crocodigators are not safe, so that's not okay. Dun, dun, dun. That's a nice looking bridge. Alright. So I have a very specific way that I set up my wheel. At the end of the day, I'm going to tell everybody to set it up however works best for them. I like the way I've got mine set up because it works for me. It's the way I've had it set up since launch. Oh, nice. They give us some weapons. All right, we're gonna take some of that food so we get eat a filling meal. Don't need any of that. Let's see. Take that as our weapon. It's always nice when they give welcome kits. Alright, I'll do a set of light armor. I don't want to carry too much weight. Alright. Well, let's check this place out. Yeah, it's all stuff I'll pick up along the way. Alright. This is a very nice looking welcome center. Fancy statues. I don't know why Funcom couldn't have tested on console before they released this update. Alright. So, let's take a look at our map real quick. We are here. So typically, I like to build in this area over here, A and B, 7, 8, and 9. It's generally pretty good. It's kind of hard to build down here because of Supremo. You can build in the middle of this oasis here. There's no building right here. we can build up and in here. It's not a PvP server, so I'm not worried about finding a cave or, some hidden hidey hole to build in. But I also don't feel like making the run all the way up there, so I think what we'll do is come build over this way, maybe into the jungle. Built there a couple times, for anyone that is familiar with some of our older Conan videos. It's a long way off from a lot of stuff, including star metal, but building out of the way like that can be worth it, because you're, out of the way. A lot of people don't like building in the jungle because it's so far from everything else. So I find building in the jungle to be a pretty reasonable and reliable option. Makes it difficult when you're looking for specific thralls. You usually have to set up a wheel of pain wherever you're thrall farming at. But could be worse. Alright. Also, in case anyone watching is wondering, it is faster to traverse this portion of the world by swimming. You'll move much faster swimming in the water than you will running on land. So distance versus stamina consumption, you're better off just swimming along the river. Same thing on Sipta. When you spawn on the outer edges, if you're trying to traverse the outside portion of the island, it's more efficient on your stamina for you to swim than it is for you to run, because you use less stamina for the distance traveled. So when swimming is an option, it is preferable. These two peninsulas we're coming up on in the river are the only place I know of on the Exiled lands, unless they've changed something, where you can get the puffball mushrooms. It's the next one. Okay. So this peninsula we're getting ready to go to over here. It's the only location on Exiled lands to get puffball mushrooms other than looting them from NPCs. Puffball mushrooms are used for creating the noxious gas, the gaseous orbs. Which are a fantastic weapon when you're fighting group weapons or bosses, because you can throw one, have your sandstorm, pretty much just walk circles around them. Alright. Mushrooms. I actually don't think there's any other use for puffball mushrooms at all. Feel free to say something in the comments if you know of another use for them. But I'm pretty sure the only use for puffball mushrooms is making those gaseous orbs. Come on, game. There we go. So, what you guys were seeing there is not a frame rate issue. That is a currently known bug with update 3.0. Your character will randomly get stuck on invisible objects or non-existent objects. They just, you just get stuck on nothing. You can get stuck in a perma roll where you're permanently dodge rolling. You can get hit by an enemy, knocked on the ground, and be permanently laying on the ground even though you're running around and moving. Your game can randomly crash for no apparent reason. Yeah, the Funcom really botched the 3.0 launch. And they're working on fixing it, so I mean, it's not like they're ignoring the problem. But a lot of us in the community feel that if they would have done a full launch on PC, postponed console launch for 3 months, and taken those 3 months to test it on console, fix the stuff that they know is broken on PC, that it would have had a much better launch. Because launch day 2 weeks ago, this game was unplayable. You would spawn in and building pieces were invisible, thralls were invisible, NPCs were invisible, any DLC armor was invisible, any DLC building pieces were invisible. Like, it literally, it was not playable. The only building pieces that were showing up were base game building pieces, Sipta building pieces, and Midian. All the other DLC stuff was invisible. The DLC armors and weapons were invisible. It was just beyond ridiculous and beyond broken. Oh, somebody built in the jungle. Nice. The I don't for the life of me understand why a game that's been serviced for as long as this game has been serviced is still as buggy and problematic as it is, and yet Funcom is working on building an entirely new game. Like, Funcom was about to tank before this game was released. This game is what saved Funcom and made Funcom a studio worth looking at for anything. But they're completely content to build an entirely new game with this game being ridiculously and terribly broken. That's something I don't understand. Like, I get you're after making money. Like, in any business, any company that's doing anything, it's about making money. That's why you're in business to begin with. And I understand that aspect of it. But when you've got a game that's gotten as big as this game has gotten in the last 5 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever, like, you can't just ignore a game like that. You can't just say, oh, well, we're going to work on this new project and completely toss our old project to the wayside. Because then players who like the style of game and want to continue with your projects like this aren't going to buy your new project. Because it's gonna, in their mind, it's going to end up the same as your old project. Now, the concept for Dune Awakening, I think, is a fantastic concept. And I really hope it turns out to be a good game, because it's one of the games coming out in the next couple years that I've got my eye on. There's not a lot of them. I mean, I've always got my eye on Assassin's Creed titles. That's kind of what got me into gaming to begin with. Like, really into gaming. Like, aside from Assassin's Creed, the main games that I play are games like this. So, like, there are certain games I have my eye on. Obviously, the, Jedi Fallen Order 2 when it comes out. However they actually end up titling it. Ubisoft is working on an open world Star Wars game that I'm kind of excited for. No release date on it yet. Ubisoft is also working on an open world Avatar game, which I'm kind of excited for. And then there's Dune Awakening. And those are really the only games I'm truly excited about. I mean, Hogwarts Legacies looks cool. But that's had so much shit go on with it. I'm not entirely sure that that's gonna be a big thing as much as everybody would love for it to be. Alright, so knowledge. So at the end of the day, guys, all you really need for a starter base is a 5x4. Because what will end up happening, the blacksmith's bench will go here in the corner. I'll put a single furnace here. We'll put an armorer's bench here. There'll be room for an alchemy bench here. And then we'll just place the fireball cauldron right here between the alchemy bench and the campfire. The campfire will provide light when you need it. You can always just go in, turn it on, and let it burn. If you need light, usually you won't need light unless it's nighttime. And this kind of just gets you starting setup, gets you situated well enough to... There we go. Get you situated well enough to be able to start kind of doing some stuff. I mean, it's not going to be big, huge, amazing, whatever. Usually the weaponry you start out with won't be this good. But, I mean, you can set yourself up well enough to have everything you need. I mean, you can get an iron spear pretty quick, or whatever weapon you choose to use. I just like the spears myself. Yeah, I mean, you can just pretty good and well set yourself up however you need to set yourself up. Alright, we're gonna do this here. So you really only need one furnace. A lot of times I'll place more than one. That's a personal preference thing, because what I'll do is I'll refine any metal in one, and then I'll turn, it'll be iron, and I'll turn the refined iron into I'll turn the refined iron into steel in a second one. I also usually build a little bit bigger than this, but we're not too terribly concerned with that right now. We do want to throw down a bedroll. Just going to throw one down right there. That way we've got our spawn point. Building a roof like this is not necessary. You can use ceiling tiles and build a flat roof. I just prefer throwing these up. I think it looks a little bit better from the outside. Not that looks are overly important when you're making a starter base, but then if someone rolls by, they're like, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. And it makes me feel better about the build. So real quick, we are going to I gotta remember how to spell. we'll just do that. That works. And Yellow Lotus is so prevalent. Uh, it's just kind of one of those things. Right now, I'm setting myself up the way I need to set myself up for leveling. Eventually, we will, get better stuff. So real quick, we're gonna go take a look at challenges, just to kind of give you guys an idea. Oh, nice! I can claim that reward. So, basically, every challenge is worth a certain amount of XP. You gain 5 multipliers every day that you don't log in, up to a maximum of 25 multipliers. So like if you were to play 1 day a week, you would have 25 10x multipliers. Each challenge is worth a certain number of experience. So you'll go through, you'll complete your challenges. Usually when I first log in the evenings, I will check what my challenges are, and I generally set out to complete 2 or 3 challenges when I jump on to play at a minimum. If it ends up being one of those weeks where I don't log in until Saturday, then Saturday night I'll just run through and just focus on crafting whatever, doing the stuff, just going through everything until I burned through all of my multipliers. As you can see right now, I've got 17 stacked up. Not going to burn through those now, obviously, because I'm getting ready to jump off in the stream, but we accomplished what we set out to accomplish tonight. Now, every 1,000 XP, you get a tier in the Battle Pass. There are 60 tiers in the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass is 1,200 Crom coins, which is $10. And then if you complete the entire Battle Pass, you get that 1,200 Crom coins back. So yeah, there's lots of cool stuff in the Battle Pass. Let's see, where was it? There's some stuff like this where, if you're not doing sorcery, but you're kind of curious as to how some of the spells work, when you unlock it, you will get this potion. And this potion, when you drink it, grants you the spell Slowfall. You don't cast the spell Slowfall. You drink the potion, and the spell Slowfall is automatically cast on you. Slowfall's a pretty cool one. Different color wall torches is kind of nice. Not super crazy about the floor paints. That's a neat looking saddle. Elixir of Darkness gives you the Eternal Darkness. Da da da. Then there's some, cool stuff like this for your buildings. There's a cabinet you can place inside as a decoration. Just neat little stuff like this. Nothing super crazy. Like, alright, cool, you get an axe. It's got the same, it's just like a DLC axe. It's basically going to be the same stats. Purple wall torch, that one looks kind of cool. I kind of want that one. Demonology war paint, more Crom coins. That arcane brazier is nice. It gives off a greenish light. It's kind of weird. Makes the place seem kind of creepy. More more armor. I did not see this one in here before. Huh. That's neat. I kind of want one of those horses now. Anyways, I mean, pretty much everything in the pass here is cosmetic. You know, it's all cool cosmetic stuff. Nothing that's absolutely necessary, nothing that's going to give you any sort of edge, but some cool stuff. So, let's see, which war paint was that? So yeah, a lot of fun stuff you can unlock here. The battle pass is basically just a way of supporting Funcom with all of their broken ass games. Yeah, yeah, fun stuff. Don't get me wrong, there's some neat stuff in the battle pass. I'm not telling you to go buy the battle pass. I bought it. That was a personal choice. That's a me thing. I got it because there's a couple of war paints in here that I would like to own. And I really wanted the building pieces. So this one here, I wanted the ancient motif walls. Yeah, don't really care about that shelf. And I wanted the arcane motif frames. Those were just kind of things I wanted. You know, most of the rest of it I didn't really care that much about. Although I will say, I think the Slash's war paint is probably my favorite of the war paints. But yeah, so basically you just go through, complete your challenges. Completing your challenges does unlock your battle pass. There are several free items. I think there are 6 free tiers in the battle pass, or 10 free tiers, something like that. So yeah, next time we will go to the place where you learn sorcery, and we will start working on upgrading our base. Not necessarily like tier wise, not making it stronger, but improving the size, making it bigger. We'll work on further steps toward getting new armor, things like that. But for right now, I just wanted to get us a location, get an introduction to our Let's Play going, and yeah, let's get this off the ground, guys. Let's get this moving. Do me a favor, if you like the content you're seeing, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. It takes, 2 seconds and half an ounce of caring to just hit both of those buttons. Like I said, going forward, we're going to start trying to post every Saturday night. At least an hour. Hopefully, most Saturday nights we'll be able to do a little bit more. But at least for now, I plan on trying to start with an hour and going from there. But y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time.